that sense of pride, I think, had a huge impact on how many Argentinians rediscovered the faith,
Mm.
and kind of the Pope shone, especially Francis, shone a very different light to the faith. Not because he was undermining his predecessors, not because he changed actually anything when it comes to church teaching and how the sacraments are supposed to be lived and how the Eucharist is the center of everything we do as a church or as a people.
Mm-hmm.
But how he chose for his first trip to be to Lampedusa, and how he chose to shine a light and celebrate his birthday with the poor instead of in the Apostolic Palace. Those things had a huge impact. But I do think it also is a pride of who he was when he was in Buenos Aires, and in that sense, I understand the parallelism between the pride of having the first pope from the United States and the first Argentinian pope, but also as someone who loves the missions myself, I do want to shine a light on the fact that Pope Leo was heavily marked by his experience in Peru.
Mm-hmm.
And yes,
Mm-hmm.
I can laugh about the ceviche and the Peruvian food and the fact that he's cheering for Peru in the World Cup, but I think what matters the most is how much of an imprint his missionary life left on who he is as a pope. And we see it a lot, even on the Wednesday audiences, when he's handed babies as if he was their uncle.
Yeah, he picks them up. Yeah.
I'm like, woo, baby.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's not really normal. And at least we're not used to it. On the one hand, because by the time John Paul II would have been televised doing that, he was already on the older side.
Mm-hmm.
Benedict was never a happy-go-lucky, let's hug children, even though he, to me, was an incredibly cute and approachable pope. And I use the word cute in a very positive way.
Mm-hmm.
And again, Francis, he was, despite the smile, was a bit of a more serious guy compared to Pope Leo in the audiences. But that, to me, that instinct that Leo has comes from having been a missionary, not just from an
Mm.
American. If anything, it's the opposite. Because I don't know, Jose, if you've noticed this, but for me as an Argentinian, it's very normal in the street when I see a baby, just like, "Ooh, baby," and make
Mm-hmm.
faces at it and shake the hands. Here, like, people kind of protect their children. I'm like, I'm not going to kidnap your baby, okay? I just think your baby's very cute. And I'm a nun who misses her little ones. So I'm just, you know,
So
Yeah.
doing
when you
like,
say when you say here, what did you mean?
I mean, in the States or at least in
Mm.
Florida, like people tend to like
Mm-hmm.
move their babies away. And I understand a bit of the mentality behind it, but you don't see that at all in public. There's no reflex of, oh, let's keep a distance. It's
Mm-hmm.
literally baby.
And
Right.
it's evolved. Like you can watch
Oh,
in just the
yes.
first few months, like he's gotten much more comfortable.
Oh,
I
yes.
find his happiest smile is when he's encountering the people in the crowd and
Yeah.
not when he's meeting with world leaders. He looks annoyed when they have him in that office and you hand him a child and it's like, yes, this is what I'm meant for. And he doesn't kiss the babies. He like looks at the babies and just has a moment with the baby. Jose, yeah, and then like holds them. Like there's videos, we're recording this in September. There's videos of him this morning at the Wednesday audience, like picking up toddlers. Like thank goodness he's worked out because those kids looked pretty hefty. Jose, you were at the Synod on Synodality for 2 years in October 2023, 2024, and were around Pope Francis and saw his personalism, but were also in collaboration with, at the time, Father Bob Prevost, Cardinal Prevost. Inez is speaking to this like relatability that we're seeing in Leo, but also this pride of Francis was ours. Tell me what your touch point has been in the States from Mexico with Pope Francis, and then we'll kind of get into the Leo connection.
Sure. First of all, you said that you were very proud that he said that he was an American. First of all, we have a sort of a joke that a lot of people don't think it's a joke in other like Latin America, where when we all say we're Americans. That's the
Yeah.
freaking name of the continent, right?
Yeah.
So everyone, let's say, that doesn't live in the U.S., when he said that, of course, he's Peruvian. Peru is in America, right? So yes, I'm also
Second
American.
American Pope?
Yeah, we are American. We are all Americans, right, Inez?
He's
He's a
So-
universal
universalist.
unitarian. Like he's, yeah. So you guys decided that America is from the United States.
We can share.
So he's very smart, so he was talking to everyone. So you guys thought one thing, we thought a different thing, and we were both right?
Mhm.
So just to make it clear. And the Argentinian pride, well, Latin Americans have a lot to say about that, Katie. It didn't start with Francis, right? That there's lots of jokes and some not very nice things other Latin American people think about Argentinians, right? It's like, yeah, they're proud of their country. So we were all like, wow. Now that's what they have. Messi, they have a lot of other stuff they're so proud of, and now they have the Pope. Oof. Yeah,